Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so a warm welcome to you on this Friday afternoon. Apologies for the rescheduling of the webinar. We had one of our guest presenters with that was down and out with this damn coronavirus. So we are very, very thankful to have her back with us and all healthy. You'll see that today's webinar is the final one in our POPIA compliance webinar series. It is the 12th one, can you believe it? The 12th month, and we are on the 2nd of July. Right, so we've got the POPIA, which stands for the Protection of Personal Information Act, and today is all about a final POPIA readiness check. A little bit more on the latest news snippets because our last webinar was on the 3rd of June, and then the information regulator, as expected, woke up sort of towards the last week in June. And when they woke up, that's when they said, okay, fine, now let's quickly go and, issue some more documents. So we have included the latest news snippets in there for you as well. All right. So on behalf of myself, my name is Letty Janse van Vuren, and I will be the facilitator for today's webinar. We've also got our two guest presenters, which I will introduce just now. A bit of background about myself. I just do this professional training for a living. I'm a webinar host, and then I also do technical consulting in terms of auditing and accounting and so on. Not a tax specialist. Sadly, I don't even do my own tax return. But yeah, all right. But that's my background on there. Okay, those are the source and bonus documents. So you'll see that there are 10 documents and then 2 additional ones. Inside the zipped folder that will be compressed for you are the source and bonus documents. So the POPIA myths, our detailed checklist that I've done for you, that's there. Things about record retention, sample policies, all sort of things that can really add value to your life. Those 10 are compressed into this folder, which is easier for you to download. And then we've got the 2 one-pagers on Montana Cloud Backup. There's a one-pager and then a reference sheet as well. Steph will talk more about that towards the end of the webinar. All right. Just so that we can go back to the presentation. Okay. Can you guys still see the whole of the screen? Yes? The slides are not cut off. You can see everything. Perfect. Great stuff. All right. I just have to keep checking because otherwise we run into problems. Okay, then we've got claiming your CPD hours. Obviously, by attending, you'll be able to claim your CPD. You log into your dashboard, go to view events, click on links and resources. Under the Claim My CPD option, you'll see that under the CPD tab. So that's where you need to click, right? Click on Claim My CPD, and once you've done that, you are then able to view and download your certificate. All right. Apologies for the skew lines that I'm drawing. Apparently, it's a good thing if you can't draw a straight line, because if you draw a perfectly straight line every time, you're a little bit nuts, or I think a lot mad. But so it's good for my mental health to know that I can still draw a squiggly line instead of I do have my moments because I have the short straight lines. Remember as well that there's a bonus hour CPD, right? There are 10 self-assessment questions. We will upload them to your profiles and you will be able to get them. They should be done this afternoon. So just check. As it is Friday, things will be a little bit slower. I don't know if you're going to feel that you want to complete them this afternoon. Maybe if that's not going to run away, so you can also even do that on Monday morning. But it consists of 10 monkey puzzle questions, easy questions, multiple choice. I think there are 3 that are normally true or false, and the rest are all A, B, C, or D options. All right. So claiming the CPD hours, very, very important. Then that's just our disclaimer. And then very important for when you ask questions, because we've got a live webinar, while the guest presenters are busy, you're more than welcome to type in your questions in the chat bar on the right-hand side. I will ask you to just please include the topic as well, in case we miss something. If you include the topic, it's a lot easier, all right, for us to identify which ones are actually relating to which questions at the end of the day. At the end of the day, at the end of the webinar, we will go live once again while we still are live, but we'll have our formal Q&A. And then all the questions that we received, I document on what I call a Q&A summary, right? And that will then be uploaded as soon as everything has been documented. As the webinar progresses, I will attempt to answer if I have the questions. Otherwise, we can wait until the end. Normally, I think Karabo and I also like to sort of deal with the questions as we are in the topics. So as soon as I publish the question, if you type the question and you see it's not immediately showing up on the screen, don't worry. It is sent for moderation, right? So it is parked somewhere. Don't worry too much about it. Okay. But that's as far as the asking questions is concerned. So let's just have a quick look at what's on the agenda. On the agenda for today, we are going to start off with a recap, just to see where did we end off with the previous webinar, right? There's been a continuous flow throughout the webinars, and it is our last one today. Then we're going to start off with module 1 being latest updates from the information regulator. Oh, and my last bracket I notice is missing from the end, so sorry about that. Okay. Module 2 will be dealing with a checklist and some key points to remember. Module 3 will be dealing with signature security, some tips. And Module 4 will be busting some popular myths. You know, there's so much false news out there, and people making lots of money selling certificates and stuff like that. So we'll talk about busting some myths. And then Module 5 will be all about managing your electronic information. The most important issue of this whole practical POPIA exercise, right? So that's managing electronic information. Before we start, can I just run a quick poll, please? I just wanted to see in terms of your POPIA compliance status. You'll see the survey come up on your screen. It says, how far are you with your POPIA compliance? The options are all done. We are fully compliant. We have started but not yet finished. We are stuck. We have not started anything formal yet. I don't know how to check if we are compliant. And the last one says, what's POPIA? I'm so happy that nobody's clicked the what's POPIA box yet. All right. We put that in just as a, then we have real problems. So at least, you know, those of you that are saying we've started but not yet finished, you stuck, brilliant. You probably where 70% of the country is. We haven't started anything formal yet, also not alone in your boat, right? Everybody's on the same sea. We're facing the same storm, but not everybody's in the same boat. So that's the only thing at this stage. All right. I'm going to publish the results. So let's end the voting and share the results. And as you can see there, the majority of you guys have started but not yet finished. And I think it's also because there's so much uncertainty, okay? And you can't really finish yet because you haven't been able, if you haven't been able to register your information officer, that's quite a big thing. So then you will be stuck. So the reasons that you are stuck are what you need to be looking at. All right, but it also gives us a good idea of what the presenters need to focus on. All right, if you haven't started anything formal yet, hopefully today you can maybe take the checklist and make that your formal start. All right, I don't know how to check if we're compliant. That's what today is all about. It's about all the tips and whatnot to check how you are compliant. And remember as well that because this is a new act, I mean, it's been in effect for a year. So it's not that the act only came into effect yesterday. It's been in effect for a year. It's the monitoring of compliance that was given a grace period of a year. So we have to go and make sure, we've got to go and backdate and make sure, and Karabo will tell you about that, about the information and your consent that you must use in terms of your information. Right. Okay, so let's close that and get back to our slides. Right, so that's the contents. If we just quickly, I can just quickly talk about where we ended off last time. Last time we looked at how to solve popular challenges facing financial practices.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.